Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, man, I had to make this video on some real stuff. Why? Because I see through it. I see through it, man. I have made different videos about how the immigration, right? ICE has persecuted people that look like me, like you, like your neighbor. And it was not about what they made it seem, right? Like, okay, we're gonna go after criminals. So in your head it's okay, individuals who committed a crime, went to prison, went to a county jail, they're free now, so go with them, pick them up and get them out, right? Everybody would agree with that. It's understandable that somebody committed a crime. That means that you're taking your place in the U.S. for granted, so you need to bounce. Understandable, right? But then we start seeing the ICE agents concentrated to everybody, families, breaking apart families, right? And there's people, right, who still believe in that they committed a crime. Now you have to face the consequences, right? And you know what? Okay, understandable. Everybody has a different point of view, right? But it's funny, man, how individuals, after they feel the pressure, because I don't think it's a change of hearts, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why not. But before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. Trying to get to 10K, so let's see if we can get to 10K by September 10, so we can do the one chip challenge. So I seen this video, right? Does put this video out, and of course the ICE agent with the National Guard, I believe, went to the 805. They targeted a, how do you say, was it a farm? And they had a lot of people. They were taking cars. Right here in the news, I even heard somebody that was on the phone, right? They called the news stations, and they were saying that their family member, I don't know if it was the mom, was hiding inside the car waiting for the other ICE agents to leave, which took forever, man. They were right there for a long time. But now we have this individual, right, Mr. Dubs, saying that ICE is taking it too far now. Now that they went to the 805, they taking it too far now, right? Because they're not going after criminals. Quote. That's what he said. Right? They're not going after criminals. They're not letting officials go through to make sure that everything is done how it's supposed to be, right? And I call that bullshit. 100%, man. Let's just put it this way. Everybody who have been watching the news since this started, you know who was being targeted. Yeah, when ICE agents go to our house, trust me, those individuals were at one point in prison or in jail. They have a criminal record. That's why they have an address. But not only that, they were doing stops. They had checkpoints. And they were targeting individuals that look like us. Now, you have to prove that you're a citizen, right? And there's occasions in where citizens have been taken into custody until proven that they are citizens or they're legal in the United States. There's cases in where they deport them, right? Regardless of their status. Everybody be knowing this. So if you tell me that an individual who claims to be something in prison, an individual with the intellectual of that of a leader or somebody with status who was able to direct a group of people, didn't see that, didn't notice that, I don't believe it. Because if people remember, this same individual before said that if you cross the border, you're considered a criminal. So now all of a sudden, they're not going after criminals. Now all of a sudden, they're not criminals no more. I feel like the pressure of the true Mexicanos, Mexican Americans, so-called raza, who are not supporting that channel, is hurting him. Because our people, and I say our people, Mexican Americans, people that look like us from Central America, are paying attention. They know what's up. And they decided to not continue to support that channel. But all of a sudden, man, we have a change of heart because they're not going after criminals. Even though he said that they're criminals and that's why they're going after them, because they crossed the border illegally, right? He was for the separation of families. I don't know if you have seen those videos, man. I just seen a video where a couple went to a court, right, with their, I don't know if it was two daughters or a daughter, and the ICE agents were gonna take them, and the mom was like, "Nope, we came together. We're our family. We're living together." Meaning, if you're gonna arrest us and put us in that van, I'm gonna take my whole family. And the ICE agents were like, "No, we just came from you and your husband. Those girls have to stay right here." With who? You know? So if people are for this, all right. You know what I mean? All right. It's okay. I'm not going to tell you how you should think. Straight up. But I'm going to tell you one thing, though. When all this is over, when everything's over, let's say they kicked everybody out, please don't come out and say it's all about the raza, please. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. You know? Claim whatever you want to claim. But don't claim that. Por favor. You know? I do understand that people have the beliefs, but there has to be a point in where, man, you have to understand that look, this guy even questioned, why are people protesting? Like, he don't know. Like, they're protesting because of that was happening. We are being targeted. I got family over there who's being targeted, who are scared, regardless of her status. We got family who's upset about that. And then you question why people are protesting? Come on, man. So now to make a video and actually say, oh, is ICE taking it too far? Miss me with that stuff, man. Maybe it's gonna work for some individuals, but those who know understand the meaning, or when somebody's trying to manipulate something, right? And this is the occasion. Why? Because you said it before. If somebody crossed through that border, he becomes a criminal. So therefore, the ICE has the right to get him. So now why all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they're not going after criminals? Well, you just call them guys criminals. And it's funny because his whole angle was because of his subscribers, right? Which they give him money. You know, it's understandable. And when he made that video, if you pay attention to his comments, everybody's saying, oh, I agree, that's what I voted for. All the comments are like that. I disagree with you. Hey, Dubs, I told you this is what you voted for. Like, come on. So it is it amazes me how individuals just think that people are gonna forget. You know, I'm saying it. Your fucking Mexican car, Raza car, been revoked. You know. So all them true Mexicanos Mexican Americans who are with their people, let it be known that his car been revoked. You know, he thought at one point that he was representing our gente. Then he saw our gente going through struggle, being targeted, and he agreed with that. Now he has lost individuals. They were paying attention to his channel. And because of this, all of a sudden, we're going to change the direction of what we say. But what is done is done. You know, what you have said, you said it already. You admit it. That those individuals that cross over to work are criminals. That those mothers who are taking their kids to school, who are being, they're being picked up right there at school, right? At the parking lot, are criminals. Sure enough, this comes from somebody who's more criminal than everybody else. Somebody who unalived somebody. So with this being said, I had to say it. My bad. But not my bad. You know, I had to let it know. Simple as that. Why? Because I know there's people out there that don't appreciate that. And I'll be the voice for that. With this being said, we are out to next video. And one thing I will tell all the viewers, man. If you're going to go with something, don't half step it. Go all the way. We're not playing 1 foot here, 1 foot out. No. Go all the way, man. Because I'm telling you, once everything's over, I don't want to hear all that. Raza this, raza that. Because we know who's who. Everybody knows who's who. Trust me, the viewers start paying attention. So with this being said, we are out. Have a good one.